Alexa, time to stream. Good morning. I'm still not done setting up here. Alexa, set desk lamp to gold. And she's not very listening today. Alexa, set desk lamp to gold. There we go. Okay, so I did it. I did it, man. I got my test environment working 100%. My auth is now 100% functional in test. Took a while. Took a lot of refactoring, a lot of cleanup, a lot of restructuring, and of course, a lot of knowledge growth on my part, figuring out how things worked, how things were getting passed. Some of the issues I had yesterday had to do with now that things were working, and it was actually taking my the created environment files that were being created during the GitHub deploy. Now those are a little off, and I had to tweak those and get them to be lined up with the way the system functioned, because they weren't exactly matching the way they were working locally. And so ultimately, I got those working, and now here you go, man. I've got my system running. You can see I've logged in. I've successfully created a registration. So now I've got my user, which is just whoever I am, and then I can go bouncing around and go looking at all my cool, not quite fully functional stuff. But now I do have, it's pulling stuff from the database. So this first one actually exists in the database. It's just the default one. It doesn't have much to it, but it's something. So here's the thing. Now, I want to be able to get to the point where I can deploy this to prod. And what that means is, when this is in prod, it's going to have a publicly accessible endpoint, URL. I'll just blend with URL. And when you have that, that means anybody could theoretically come to my website, and be able to fiddle with it. Right now, there's not a lot to fiddle with. I mean, you could go in there and add your own game plans and set it up that kind of way. Honestly, I'm not even totally sure that my game plan currently is attached to my user, which is probably one of the things I need to do first. Make that actually be attached to a user. Because right now, it's not. Also, in order to make it publicly accessible, I need to make it so that it's publicly controllable. In other words, not everybody out there in the world can just create a registration, because I don't want to have a bunch of registrations that, I keep having to reset them and they get destroyed. Because they will get destroyed. It's going to happen a lot early on in the process. Things are not. I wouldn't. There's not a lot going on that you could do. I mean, you can create a game plan that doesn't have any connection to anything yet, but as the months go on, I'll add more and more features that do start to have a little bit of playtime, and there'll still be resets on the database. Right now, I do have it set up where I can keep the database persistent. So I'll do that as much as I can. I don't want to be destroying stuff I don't have to destroy. But just keep in mind, there's a lot of things that are not attached to users yet. I don't have a lot of that kind of thing. But I do need to control it to some extent. Just because I don't know what kind of load it can take. I don't have any of that stuff. And I don't expect there will be a ton, but ultimately, it's also kind of like, I need to support this project. And so I need to start allowing me to put backer code, or backer capability. So if anybody who backs me on any fundraising effort I make, Patreon, probably Patreon and any fundraising thing I do. Just because other things, it just becomes too convoluted. I will have a backer level on my Patreon that allows for support. And basically, if you do every month that you support, it will be every month that you support is how long. So you get 30 days. keep that for a month. Unless I have a higher tier. I haven't decided. I don't know what higher tiers I can put on there that last longer, or maybe buy a year in advance. I don't know. But ultimately, what happens is somebody backs me. I can put them into a list, and every time I deploy the prod, that list gets updated. Or every time I restart the system, it'll put new Patreon backers in. It'll also remove Patreon backers that no longer back. But anybody who's got their 30 days, even if you stop backing and I remove you, you're still in the system until your days are expired. So you still get your 30 days. And by the way, that's 30 days from each restart. So as long as you're in the system, if I restart, like say you back me on January 1st, and I remember, and I get that into the system by January 2nd or 3rd or whatever, now you will have a backer code that I will send you. If you register during that time, you will have 30 days from the time that you register. And then it'll run for 30 days. And then it'll get reset every time I reinstall. Every time I reinstall, restart that service. So theoretically, you can end up with close to 60 days, because if I do a restart on the system right before the end of the month, before your time expires, it'll give you another 30 days. As long as you're still in the system, as long as you didn't stop, as long as I didn't update the backer thing that you stopped backing. As long as, because basically from the time I remove you, you're going to have upwards of 30 days more. And I'll probably do something like a restart right before I remove anybody. This way everybody gets reset, and then whatever updated list goes in, and then they're removed. So you basically get 30 days from the point I remove people. And that's from the point they're no longer on the list, and I update it. So it might not happen until, who knows? It could be a day or 2 or 3 or a week. Who knows? But you'll always have a minimum of 30 days. Now, I can set that to any amount of days I want. And so that maybe I'll do that if I have other Patreon goals. It's like somebody backs me, they want to back me just once, but they want to pay, they want the access and back me for a fixed amount for a year. I haven't decided what that's going to be. But it's exciting now, because that's what I'm working on now, is get my production one going. Which, by the way, I already started. The prod environment, this one. This is where I'm going to start setting up. Actually, I have it fully functional now, so what I'm going to do is do a merge. It's going to be, so I need to fully, I have it checked in. And then I got to go in and do my PR. On GitHub, which should trigger this. Now, I need to compare to. I'm going to need to compare to my test one, because my test one is a fully functional one, and this is what I'm worried about. It's a little bit different. I took out a lot of the logging, so I went ahead and cleaned up the way the prod one works. It doesn't do all the logging. So you can see I commented all this out. All I do is the basics, start everything up, get all my variables, set all my tags, get everything prepped for launch. Then we're off. And we're going to see, so I'm simplifying how it's going to run this. It could take me a couple of pull requests to get this fully fully functional. So we'll see how that goes. Now the NGROK thing, I don't fully know that. I got to go get an NGROK token, so I need to just go through that process. So let's do that now. Let's see here. and getting ready to test the prod deployment upon VR CD. The CD implementation to prod upon PR approval in GitHub. I have steps set in the prod workflow for NGROK, but as of yet, I do not have it set up on my local system. What are the steps required to do that? Alright, so this is where I'm going to try to get some knowledge of what NGROK is. So this is where I start playing with NGROK. I don't know what NGROK can do, how it works. So it'll be interesting. So now one of the things I also need to have on my prod right now, nobody can register. Nobody, because I have it set up to check for the backer code, and I'm the only one who's got a backer code because I set it up for me. But I can't even put the backer code in the register. I don't have the backer code field available yet. So right now, if I tried it, it would just either error or whatever. It wouldn't get the information it needs. It would go, hey, this doesn't exist. What's the deal, man? So I will have to provide that. But I just want to see if I can get this to prod, and nothing will work until I do. It'll be visually functional, but not practically. Assuming it all works. Okay, so I gotta go to Choco, install NGROK. Let's do that. Choco, install NGROK. Oh, I gotta go elevate myself. I want to continue. No, I don't want to do that. No. So do the PowerShell thing. Run as administrator. Go. Choco. Install NGROK. Yes. Wait, what is all? NGROK files installed completed. Performing other installation steps. The package NGROK wants to install. Wants to run chocolate installed at PS1. Note, if you don't run this script, the installation will fail. Note, to confirm automatically next time use -y or consider Choco feature enable -n. Doesn't even say what all does. It's like, it says, hey, it's installed, but it won't work unless you install this other thing. Well, I guess I'm installing the other thing. Alright, so it says -y. So I'm going to put that in my, I have a dev stack list of all the fun stuff I need in the event that, you know, Choco install NGROK -y. Elevator terms required. This enables running prod environment. Now, technically, it only works for me because I'm going to be using my auth token, so no one else can theoretically get it, but I need it for my own system here. So All right, we're all set. For that part, anyway. All right. Or Mac, for Linux. Sign up for free account. Well, let's go do that. Log in, sign up for free. Your app's front door. Excuse me. Google. Authenticate your account. Your account has MUFA enabled. Please confirm your account by entering the code generated by your authenticator app. I have an authenticator app? Oh, that must be my Google authenticator app. I assume. What do I even have? Sheesh. Holy moly, I'm getting all kinds of messages. How do I don't even know how do I even have? What is the Google Authenticator app? Is it just Google? What am I going to? Google Chat? Is it just any old authenticator app? I don't know, man. Let's go here. Oh. Oh, did I already do this? Oh, I already have. Huh, interesting. Okay. I must have done this already. Woohoo! Okay. Now. Okay, so it's get your auth token from NGROK dashboard after signing in. Alright, so I'm signed in. Probably should hide my auth token, whatever it is. Is this the dashboard? Let's take this over here for a minute. I know, can't be giving away my auth token information. Let's see, install NGROK via Chocolatey with the following command. Did that. Run this following command to add your auth token, the default NGROK YAML. Okay, I may have already done this. It seems like it's something I could have done already. Nope, let's just put it over here. This is a bigger window. Gotta use the biggest window I can get my hands on here. Oh wait, let's change my info today. 52. Let's see. Now for fraud plus NGROK. Alright. So I'm not dashing today. We got some inclement weather, snow and ice and stuff all over the roads, and I don't want to drive in it. So not for $30. It's not worth it. So I'm gonna go with the whole I'm going to be a wimp today and just get some work done. Try to do the things that one day will hopefully actually make me some real money. Maybe. I can dream, can't I? I can make it a dream. Alright, so we have that. Okay, so that supposedly is now done. And we'll just clear that out. Bring this back over here. Alright, so in addition to having ran, the command it says, basically you're supposed to run ngrok config add dash auth token. And then you put in whatever your token is, and it'll put it into a YAML for you. Now, what I need to do is take said auth token, and I need to put that into a GitHub thing called NGROK auth token. So I got to create such a thing. Don't have it yet. I don't think. Okay, so we're going to add, put this over here again because I got to keep my tokens safe. And we're going to go add a secret, piece of secret. And it's going to be called Alright, so I've set up the token. You can see now I have in my secrets, GitHub repository secrets, I now have an NGROK auth token to match with the NGROK auth token that's going to go right here. According to NGROK, the only thing left to do is put your app online at ephemeral domain forwarding to your upstream service. For example, if it is listening on port blah blah blah, run blah 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 blah. Once running, your endpoints will be listed on the endpoints page. Put your app online at ephemeral domain forwarding to your upstream service. Huh. I don't know. Okay, so now I have to define where it's going to be available. I don't really know. Put your app online at an ephemeral domain forwarding to your upstream service. Well, let's see what this says, because I really don't know the answer. So we did the auth token thing. Add NGROK service to your Docker Compose dev.yaml. Okay, well, let's do it in my dev. Why not? Because I did say do it in prod, so it must be a reason to do it in dev first. Which, by the way, I need to change this to be exactly like my test one, because this one, actually, I'm not sure how this is going to work. There's a good chance this doesn't function. It's like, there's some. All right, so I have to do this first, and then I need to take all the images out because we're not actually using images. This is for local deployment, so I don't actually have a Docker image to pull. Jeez, okay. Now, I haven't actually tested or even made an attempt to get this dev one to run. So it could fail because I am not sure if this works. It might work. It might not. I don't know what tag is. I mean, honestly, I don't know what. I probably don't even have an argument for tag. I don't know that I need tag. In fact, I don't. I don't think I need this because that's a GitHub thing. Any other things I don't want. Yeah, okay, so now I need to go here and take anything that says test. Oh, really? There's 4? Oh, I must not have. Okay. Alright, so now this is fully and totally a dev environment, a dev thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and see what it says. Okay, so now we have this services thing. Add Docker Composer dev yum. Add NGROK auth token to your local environment variables for .m file. Start NGROK with your development environment. Access the NGROK dashboard locally. This will show you your public URL and allow you to inspect traffic. The configuration in your deploy prod environment already has the necessary steps to run NGROK in the production environment. Workflow will be install NGROK, configure it with the secret NGROK auth token, start a tunnel to port 8080, your gateway service, output the public URL. Make sure you've added your NGROK auth token to your GitHub repository secrets for the production workflow to work properly. Start a tunnel to port 8080. But that works fake. But gotta start with a but. Shouldn't front end be my finding? Alexa, turn on Firestorm. That's the name of my heater. So, okay. I got all of my stuff in my office is named after DC characters or DC teams. I know, I'm a geek. I get it. Some would say nerd, but it's not a nerd. A nerd knows too much about specific topics. Like, they would know all the inner everythings about, like, their favorite characters, or even just comics in general. They just know everything. To me, that's like I wouldn't say uber geek, because a geek. Okay, so this is my definitions of them. Okay, so who knows? The difference between a geek and a nerd is a geek has a very widespread set of knowledge and abilities. They're more of a jack of all trades nerd. That's what they are. It's like where a nerd might know movies and comics, a geek can know sports. You can be a sports nerd too, but I'm just saying you might know. A geek might know sports, might know comics, might know movies, might know all kinds of a whole slew of things, but he's not going to be technically an expert in all of them. It's like jack of all trades. And also, to me, a geek also goes as far as to not just to be more active. They're less homebody. They're not going to be as they're going to be more involved. Maybe they play sports. maybe they lift weights, maybe they go hiking, or they just do stuff. They're more physically active. Now you can be a jock, which takes away the nerdy part of the geek aspect. A jock is just somebody who does all that stuff. You know, they go hiking, they run, they play sports, they might know a little bit about sports, but they're probably just really, they're just, that's their thing. That's their physical. That's a jock. That's somebody who's just all about the activities. A geek is jock crossed with nerd. That's what you get. A geek is a jock crossed with a nerd. You know, a little bit of everything. Jack of all trades, master of none. That's what I consider myself. This is a jack of all trades, master of none, for a lot of things. I mean, I have probably one of the widest arrays of interests and abilities of anybody you have ever met. I promise. I am probably the ultimate jack of all trades. I am a fairly decent programmer. Not great, because there's plenty of great programmers I've seen, and they just know everything, and they can do all that stuff in crazy time. But I make do. I'm pretty good. I play chess. I'm pretty good. Not great. Not a grandmaster, but I do set well, and I beat almost every. I can beat almost any average player. Joe Blow, off the street chess knowledge guy. I'm in that range of. I'm better than the majority of the world. But for anybody who's dedicated, either put up a fight or beat me. And then I'm a bowler with a 200 plus average. I'm a tennis player with a 3 to 3.5 rating, which is well above beginner for sure. I work out all the time, so I've got, I can bench press 225 without too much effort, because I can do multiples, 5 to 10 depending on the day. I mean, I'm just everything. I'm a gamer. I play board games and video games. I know some comics pretty good. I'm a huge Superman fan. I am like the ultra geek. If I was to actually pick all the things I knew and created a contest out of it, I'd be guaranteeing myself victory. I could just say, well, I might not win in any category, but I'm going to do well enough at every category that I am going to win, because I have too many categories. It's like that's me. I'm good at a lot of the things I do. Like I said, the things I mention are things I have a decent ability at, above average in almost every one of those cases. So when I say I know these things, I say I'm pretty good at them, but I am not the best. As much as I would love to be the best, I also prefer just being able to do everything. So I've never spent enough time on any one thing to be the best, although I did try for a while to be a bowler at that level. When I got my average up to around 208, I was trying to go pro and stuff, but I couldn't get it up to the 220s that you needed to be consistently successful in the pros. And I struggled with tournament level lanes. I went to tournaments, and they definitely change up the lanes for tournaments. By the way, if you ever get into anything, like if you go to Amateur Bowlers Tour, they have professionally made up lanes. The lanes are set up in a specific oil pattern. totally going off the track here. There is a specific oil pattern for competitive bowling, and you will find that even if you're great at that house on any given league night, you could show up at a tournament and be like, what the frick is wrong with these lanes? Can't get it, can't find it. It takes a long time to find find a spot where you're doing pretty well. And so I have won or came in second in a 9-pin tournament, which basically you're averaging over 200, right? You have to. I mean, you have to be averaging like 280, 290 to really do well in a 9-pin tournament. It's crazy. You have to be near perfect. And so I did that one time because I managed to get like, what was it, a 300 and a 290. I mean, I was really high. And I came in first or second, I don't remember, but doing really good in a 9-pin tournament is different, right? Because you only have to get 9 pins for a strike. And I'm good at getting 9 pins, apparently, because I got a lot of 9s. It was actually a pretty good game in general. I think I still had over 200 just on my regular game, but my misses were 9s. So it actually ended up being pretty good. Like very few, if any, 8s or less. Anyway, so I totally derailed. I do that. Sorry. Okay, so let's get back to task. We're going to go figuring out what we have here. Wait, my Docker, my front end service isn't in my Docker. It is in here. All right, yes, the front end service should typically be the main landing port for your application. You'll want to add the front end service to your Docker compose dev.yaml, which is what I'm looking at. Yes. Here's how you can add it. Yeah, container name. Yeah, Docker compose base YAML front end. Yeah, 3. Yeah. So I think what I'll have to reference is this, because that's the host. So do I, in the Docker, I will use a different host for my, so what did I do for prod? The test cloud, I'm using 2100 for test. And for prod, I'm using, yeah, I think I'm going to, it's 31. Oh, okay, so that's just different in layout. Why did I do a different one? The reason I am not using the base one here, in fact, I might get rid of this, is because I'm not actually running it locally. So it's to me this is just means I'm running it locally. If it says cloud, it means I'm getting the, well, I am running it locally, but I'm not, my images are being created locally. These ones are not. These are being created by GitHub, so I'm probably going to get rid of this one. And then this one should be test turning to prod. And then I gotta get rid of all the image. No, see, these ones I keep the image names because I'm going to there. Wait, did I? Oops. Wait. Did I dump something I shouldn't have dumped? No, I think. Oh shoot! You know what? I might be wrong. I might have messed something up here. Let's see. I think there's supposed to be an NGROK piece in here. I broke it. This is what happens when you're trying to do different things. Okay, so this is not the one I need to set up. Okay, so Control S this. I gotta go over to the GitHub. I think I may have broken up my. I think the one I deleted has something in it I need. I still want to. I do want to delete it. I just don't want to. No, that's not what I want. That's the wrong set of files. This is the one I want. Okay, go to Docker. No, not Docker. We need to go to GitHub and go to my code. Then we're going to go to this guy because I'm not yet integrated. And then we're going to go I need to go to this guy and look at it. Alright. Is there NGROK stuff in here? Don't see anything NGROK there. Don't see anything NGROK-y there. Game plan has no NGROK-y thing either. This is totally wonky flonkers. This is before I did all my refactoring, so this could be totally fine to get rid of. Yep. Oh, I see. There's all kinds of junk in here I didn't need. This is totally being overwritten. Okay, so that's fine. There's a Docker Compose NGROK. What the heck do I do with that one? That's the one that probably made me create. I don't know what the Docker Compose NGROK is going to do, but when do I run that? Is it a? Oh, is it importing it? Is that what those do? Add NGROK service to your Docker Compose dev file. Oh. Huh. Alright, so I go to my dev and we go, okay, so we have a service. And that's going to go, where do I add it? Should I just add it here? It's going to be needed right away. Okay. Sure. Front end. Now 3,000 it is not going to be. Points to your front end service. Front end, which is really way down here, is 31, but on the dev environment it's actually going to be, we'll call it 32. That means everything that's I kind of had it set up, I was going to do multiples, but I started at 100 at test, so now I got to go, what is my prod one? I got to set my prod one too. Actually, I think I'm going to set prod at 32, or at the 2s. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Honestly, I don't even know if I need. Oh yeah, no. I was gonna say I could probably just use my base, but I can't use base because this is per environment. Okay. Okay. So we have the. So I have them in here. And add NGROK, Docker Compose dev, which is what this is, somewhere. Alright, so we gotta go to probably 3. I guess I'll go 300 for test. 3. 3. I'm just trying to create, avoid conflicts with my local setups. Actually, yeah, because if I run it locally without any Docker stuff, Docker bits, it will conflict with anything that I have running in another environment. Now, I don't know why I need that, but let's go ahead and leave that for now. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to mess with that just yet. Okay. All right. The local environment variables core.m file. Alright, so I need to take this off the screen one more time. And then we have to go to my Alright, so it says to your local environment variables or .env file. Okay, so we'll go here. I don't know which one that's going to get it from. Access the internet dashboard locally at. Oh, wrong one. Just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out where. Okay. Which? .env. I have the NGROK. Because I don't know if that goes under common, does it go under game plan, does it go in my website, my front end one? It doesn't say based on the workspace files you should. Since this is the main, oh no. Yeah, but I want to know which one. The common env file is located by the config go initialization with checks multiple paths. Okay, so it's saying the common. Okay, so I can put it in the common. Front end. Front end does not use the common.env. Not use. It has its own .env. I mean, it just seems weird. I don't know, front end is to me is like treated differently. It could be on a different server. I just don't want it to be forced to be tied to my auth services. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm not going to do that. And one last thing. One last question. Do I need it additionally in the back end? Common.env? Or is it just front end? Just gotta be clear. Gotta know where I'm putting this stuff. Ah, okay, so I do need it on both. Alright. Because your front-end service needs the token for direct NGROK integration. Back-end, yeah. Just make sure you don't do this. I'm like, I know. I'm not going to check it in. Just slow your roll, man. Just got to know where I'm putting this dang thing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go here. And nope, that's not it. So we're going to go get it. Whoa. Now we're going to go over to my PFFM web. Find that .env somewhere. Oh, golly molly. Is it not in here? Probably not. Because I apparently when I moved to this computer, I never moved my .m files over here. They gotta create a .m again. Always creating .m's forever. Huh. Yeah, that definitely is not there. That is one problem with this whole it's like, do you even need environment version .m files if you're never checking them in, so you're never going to another environment? I guess if you're changing the environment and you want something different, you're doing it locally and you're testing prod in your local, so you say prod and you can make it test your prod variables, I guess. That's probably the only reason I would think of using it. But yeah. So anyway, I gotta go grab my security thing here. Okay. Now, I think we've got it. Except I have to add the, what is it? NGROK? Workspace. Should these be my front end to the next JS application. Should the variable NGROK underscore next public better check something here. So when you're running on So when you're so there's some weird requirements by Next.js. All your environment variables have to be prefixed with, well, if you're doing a React app, it has to be prefixed with React _ app _. If, however, you're doing a Next.js app, you have to do next _ public _. And if you don't, well, taking your life in your own hands. It works sometimes, but there's certain conditions under which it'll work, and other times it will not work. There's like a security aspect to it, and I ran into the issue of it not working. I was like, one second it's working, and the next second it's not. Like, what's going on? And I was told, well, these have to be prefixed with next. Oh, shiminy criminate. Did the wrong placement. All right, so. Next public. And let's try that again. All right. Now I gotta put in my auth key. I have it off screen because I'm working with these keys quickly, so I apologize for not having my code on screen. I will get back to it momentarily. At some point. And then I'm going to go over here, back to my security, and we'll go here. Okay. Alright, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. We are coming where we need to be. Alright. So we got our auth token in place. This is because, yeah, I know why. I just wanted to be confirmed. Now I have to go in here. And I have to go to my next NJS. NGROK service configured in your Dr. Close NGROK YAML expects NGROK also needs to be updated to expose this variable. Oops, what did I just do? Tried to copy you. Apparently I failed. Okay. Didn't actually tell me to rename it though. Yeah, I did that. Thank you. Oh, probably because I didn't see that they were updated at that point, but. I gotta complain. It's like, alright, are you sure you got this right? Because this, okay. Item 2 above says NGROK expects NGROK underscore off token. But item 3 still sets it to next underscore public. That's what I thought. You know, okay, so this is AI for you. Except I need the next public for the M, but see, it took it out. But it took it out of here because NGROK's expecting this. All I'm doing is mapping this to this. But this is what it wants. AI, again, not 100%. Make sure you're verifying what it's saying, because I could ask the same question again and just say, okay, look, you changed one place. Change this line, blah, to this line. No. Next, JS requires my .n variables to start with. I'm going to correct it because I think it's confused. Next, public. So I leave the .m as is and just map it to NGROK auth token and the next Now, unless I'm misunderstanding, I'm pretty sure my M file is correct. And it's delusional. That's what I thought. And look, it doesn't even give me, oh, yes, you are correct. I was going to say, it didn't give me, leave it as is and map it. And then it explains to me why. I'm like, well, I know why. I'm the one who told you to do it. I just wanted to have the AI confirm that I'm like, you know, it not say something, oh, like, you don't need to worry about Next.js because blah, 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 blah. Sometimes I've had it tell me, like, my assumption is wrong, but the logic said it wasn't. So, logic wins. Okay, so we've got that in. I've got it built everywhere. I believe everything's happy. We have my auth token. And we got that in place. We got that there. Now, my dev has this. Like I said, I'm not changing that. So my space should be NGROK service in my Docker compose dot dev. Point to the host port for the service port and the Docker container. In the container, it is 3000, but the host for that is 3300. Blah, 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 Okay, so we'll leave it alone. It's happy with 3000. I'm happy with 3000. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I think we should try it out, huh? And I'm guessing we want to do a test run on my dev environment, right? So I have a feeling it's not going to work, and I'll tell you why. I've never tested this yet. I've never tested my dev files. I've only ever run. I don't know what it's going to do. If it's going to grab the imp or what's it going to do. I have no idea. We're going to find out though. Okay. Ready to test the dev. Docker. I'm probably just going to give you the command. I could probably just insert my own thing. All right. Okay, first, workspace. I have the token in the front end defined in the dot n in the root PFFM web. Where do I point NGROK to the com.n, and then PFFM go MS to the token. Because I notice it's looking at the NGROK auth token for the environment for here for front end, which is fine, but to use the token I think it's confused. Only the back end has it at slight issues. I don't think there's a misunderstanding here. Yeah. Honestly, I think this is delusional. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, man. I'm just going to leave it alone. I feel like I feel like it's delusional. Let's just run it. Let's just see what happens. Because why am I referencing the common.m if it's the front end that's using it, which has it in the root? I think it's confused. And trust me, it gets confused. AI is a confused puppy sometimes. So we're just going to leave it alone. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's run the up. Worst, I mean, it's probably not going to work, but I think there's other things. I may have to go to one of the parent AIs. Oh, okay, lovely. That blew up already. Docker compose dev YAML. Docker compose. Oh, I'm at the wrong root. I'm not at the right place. Try that again. Oh, we blew up again. Alright, well, we've got issues. We've got some definite issues here, folks. What am I doing wrong here? Again, I haven't really ran a local Docker in a long time, so So there shouldn't be an image, which is fine. Oh, you know what? I'm not totally sure. Okay. Oh. Does DB have a container name? Okay, I'm a little confused. If I am not using the cloud, so that's the case, I messed up. I deleted all my image names. Wait, am I not extending my database from Docker? See, I do have. Oh, Mongo has a. Mongo and NGROK are public images, I guess. Cloud deployments for container registries. Okay, so I do need one for my. I do need one apparently for the database because that's a Mongo database. I've got it. So I could probably just take this. If this is a common thing, probably because it can't build it off the source you have, something like that. So I just need to put this in my base configuration. And then we'll try this again. Still didn't like my NGROK token. So it's working. It's going to take forever to finish unless I kill it. But I need to get my NGROK auth token, which apparently it did not grab it correctly. So there is an issue. I need to go to my dev. So that means if I go to my test cloud, I could probably go to test cloud and get rid of the image part of DB because it's already been extended from the. What is all of these? Test dev. I already took it out of there. And test prod and whatever NGROK is, but now I have a fully functional test functioning right now. So now all I need to do is get my production one to work. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get production to deploy to my local. I'm testing it with dev, which is going to let theoretically, oh yeah, just popping my back. That's what happens when you sit too long and you let yourself slouch. and back just like, ugh. So I did Insanity yesterday. I mentioned this earlier. Did I? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I did Insanity today. Maybe I did it. Have I been online that long? I don't even know how long I've been online. Yeah, because I got to take a break pretty soon for lunch. I'm starving, man. I'm starving, Marvin. I made me some delicious... Oh, I make the best tuna casserole. Protein packed. 20-some grams of protein per serving. It's delicious. And now I'm craving it. I want to go upstairs and get me some tuna casserole that I made last night. And I usually make a pretty good sized batch, and I freeze half of it. And but it's pretty dang delicious. If I do say so myself. If anybody wants my tuna casserole recipe, please let me know. I'll send it to you. And you can taste it and try it and tell me how much you love it. I do have a secret ingredient though, so you can't tell anybody. If I give you my recipe, you can't give it to anyone else without prior approval. Yeah. This is if you want a high protein tuna casserole serving. So, you know, I invented it. I invented this. Trust me, it's not like any other. There is a way to make it even more protein packed than it is. I haven't quite mastered that last little bit. It's close. I've got it really close. I've been working on it to get that last flip. But when I'm lazy, I don't want to do that because I haven't figured out the exact proportions yet. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I've had to fiddle with that. I've been trying to get measurements as I get it going. Basically, what I'm doing, I'll tell you, I don't use mayonnaise for my. Some people use. I use Miracle Whip, and it's because of the fat content. I just don't want as much of the fat from mayonnaise. And honestly, I like the tangy zip of Miracle Whip. So I like that. So I like tangy. So if you don't like tangy, be careful because you'll probably want to skip out on one of the ingredients that I put into my. Because I actually put it in there. It has a little kick to it. Because I love that kick. But and you can just remove that if you don't want it. So anyway, the Miracle Whip's not the secret ingredient. That's just what I use instead of Miracle Whip. But I do have a version of this where I use Greek yogurt instead of Miracle Whip. It takes a few extra ingredients to simulate the same flavor. It gets really close, and so far I've gotten really, really close to getting what I want. And that one has a lot more protein in it. Well, not a lot more, but it's like Miracle Whip has no protein, and the Greek yogurt adds like an extra, I don't know, I want to say 20 to 30 grams of protein to the whole thing. So that means each serving gets probably an extra 4 or 5 grams of protein because of the Greek yogurt option. So I think you end up getting like, I want to say about 6 servings out of the thing I'm making. I eat pretty good chunks. It's not the most filling things. I eat pretty good sized servings, probably a little over a cup and a half. So that's where you're getting about the 20 grams of protein because it's really easy to eat a lot of it. You can eat like 2 cups of it and end up with 40 grams of whatever. So the extra, and plus the Greek yogurt is probably better for you than using Miracle Whip because you don't get the fakey junk crap that you get from Miracle Whip. But yeah, so there you go. There's my lunchtime knowledge or info on my one of my own custom recipes. Alright, so let's try to get this NGROK token to work. So it doesn't like where it is. Alright. Okay. So I don't know where it's supposed to go. Is it, let's try this. I think, what did it say, M file? M file was the thing you wanted me to put in, right? M file. But I'm gonna go with, let's go here. And, because I feel like it should be going by, this is just my thoughts. PFFM. I think if you're connecting to front end server, shouldn't you use the variable that's defined there? That's what I think. Dude, that's a long. Yeah, let's try see it. Nope, didn't work. So we're still having problems with my NGROK. Okay. Having issues referencing NGROK off token. And PFFM, which does exist. This mapped in the next.config .njs. There we go. Pick. Okay, so yeah. I can be a little stubborn in forcing the issue. It wanted me to put this using common, but I don't know why I need to use common. Maybe it'll tell me why if I tell it what I'm trying to do. And it'll go, well, you can't put it there because blah, 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 blah. And maybe it's the way NGROK maps back to it. I don't know. It'll give me some inclination, maybe indication as to the whys and what's and what fors. Oh. Wait. Oh. Wait, what? Huh? Why do I need to map it if I'm just going to change its... Okay. If I am referencing next underscore public why do I need to map to the variable account next public? This is curious because it's like okay, well, we'll do this. Probably because it's reading it from the M file and not the Fifine .js file. So we'll try that. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now I'm confused. It says it's not set. You liar! You liar, liar, pants on fire! It is set! I know it's set. Because I set it myself. Unless I did something weird. Let's go here. Oh my gosh, it's not set. What the heck did I do? I put it there. I swear I said it, man! I said it. I'm telling you, man, I said it. I was like, yeah, sure you did. No, I did. I swear I said it. Thing is, it shouldn't. Thing is, it was set. It was set to the public. So I mean, still, that implies that it was set, but. In other words, it was set to put your token here, but it was, so it should have shown that at least. It would have been wrong, but it would have had something. So this is still probably wrong, but it was set. Yeah, see, it was set to a bad value. Now it's set to a correct value. Could be having other issues here too, because my database seems to be having a problem. Fine for 2.7. Oh, I didn't change my database mapping, port mapping for my database. Wait, hold on. Do I have a port map here? I feel like I may have. Oh, yeah, see, this is wrong. I can't leave this here. What are you doing, man? Can't do that. That's an environment-specific nonsense. Wake up, smell the coffee, man. What you doing? Don't seem to know what you're doing half the time. Shiny creamy. Alright, so this is going to be dev, which I have set to 3. And then test should have it at 1. Which is fine. And then we got prod, which is going to be 2. Now the reason for this, different mappings, is because I don't want to use the same port, so this way I can theoretically have multiple things running at once. It's just the host port is going to be kind of how it talks to the. I think that's how it works. My understanding is. Now, it might actually be the other way around. Like maybe I should have it internally different to it. Or I don't know which. I believe this is going to allow me to have multiple versions of the container running, like a production, a test, and a dev all running at the same time. I've never actually had 2 running at once, so I don't know for sure that that's going to work. But. Like, for example, if I started this right now, it should start because it's no longer on 117, it's on 317. See? 317. So, we'll see. Now, it's still going to have the original problem, but it might let my database come back up. Well, it did go one line farther. It went. No, wait. Oh. See? Wait. That says 27117. That's not what it is. It's 27317. Did I not? Failed ports already located. What? What are you talking about, man? Where is 27117 besides here? Because it's 37 here. Who's got, and it's not even, I don't even have that. Where is 27117 at? Two seven one one seven. That's the test one, but I'm not running test. Am I? No, I ran dev. Oh, do I have? But did I not delete it from the base? I may not have deleted it from the base. Oh, I didn't save it. I deleted it, didn't save and change though. Alright, let's try it again. Ah, there we go. Stuff is happening now. now it's happening. Now it's still going to be wrong, but at least everything got running. I need to get this NGROK token thing to be working, but currently it's not working. But we're close. We just got to get this token going here. Alright, so I'm going to go back over to my dev, which is not this guy, or that one's probably saved. Not sure why that's... Prod. And there's dev. Okay, so we're in dev, so we're going... It's not common. Why are we moving? Why is... Do I have NGROK in my base? Do I even have NGROK in my base? Front end, game plan, playbook, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't even have NGROK in my base. Right now, I only have it where I put it. I mean, yes, eventually I might want to have it there, but for now, I am going to not. Still don't understand why it can't find it. Is it because context? I don't have it over there, so I can't have context. I think it's weird, but whatever. We'll try it. Let's just see if it works, and then I can complain about it if it doesn't work. I'll have the door be open to me to complain. If not, I still am curious. I'll probably still ask my question. No, still didn't work. HTTP 3000 networks. Image. Nope. Still not finding it. It seems to say, I see the issue. I see the issue, but... Oh, no, it's telling me just to stick it in there. It's like, oh, by the way, alright, well, if we can't see the environment, let's just force it in there. Yeah, I understand that. That's stupid. I don't like that. No, it's having trouble with it because it's telling me wrong. It's telling me the wrong answer. That's what's going on. So, yeah, there's something else going on here. But we'll figure it out. It'll get figured out. This is a minor thing. It's a path thing. It's a reference thing. I don't know. We're gonna get there. I think there might be something to do. I thought I saw somewhere. I don't know. If you ignore .ems in a, you can do a Docker ignore, but I don't have a Docker ignore. So I don't have Docker ignore ignoring my ems. Something is ignoring this. You know what I could do? I could just tag it, but then you end up passing it in anyway, which is kind of stupid. I don't like passing it in that way. Now I'll figure something out. I gotta go get some food, take a break. I will be back shortly. Gonna go get some food in my system, and then I don't know. Probably come back pretty quick. But hey, let's break this off at a good point. We're making good progress getting NGROK working. Hopefully, once I get the dev one running, I can test the production one, and we'll have production up and running. I'm hoping that'll be done today because it's Wednesday. Tomorrow's the end of my sprint. It'll be really good. Till next time.